I cannot overstate how important the relationship between Papua New Guinea and Australia is to our security. It truly is the last line of defence in the Pacific. PNG has been our friend at the times when we have really needed it. We should never take for granted what the Fuzzy Wuzzy Angels were prepared to do to help our soldiers on the Kokoda track during World War II. It's important that Australia values and makes an effort to deepen this relationship in a meaningful way. It's the right thing to do for a people who have been there for us in our hour of need, but it's also the right way to improve our security in the face of Chinese growth in the Pacific. It's clear the US understands the strategic importance of Papua New Guinea. This week, the US and PNG signed a defence and maritime cooperation agreement. The agreement was signed by Defence Minister Bakri Daki and US Secretary of State Antony Blinken. And while PM Albanese announced a bilateral security treaty with PNG back in January, negotiations were to be finalised by 30th of April of this year, and we're yet to see a result. But in my view, what is proposed in the bilateral security treaty, so much has been announced so far, isn't enough. Yes, Australia provides more financial support by way of aid and institutional assistance to PNG than any other nation. Yes, the areas that the bilateral security treatment will cover include the enhancement of sovereignty and resilience with references to peace and security. But while climate change gets a mention, nowhere in the information about what the bilateral security treaty will do does it say that we will come to the PNG's aid in its hour of need, as it did for us. Now, to its credit, the US has been prepared to act with courage on this point. Australia should do the same. Now, taxpayer dollars are finite. I really appreciate that. And there's already great humanitarian work being done by Australians in PNG. But we need to be thinking ahead and ask ourselves, what next? And I think most Australians would be horrified to know that while there has been a history of cooperation between the Australian, New Zealand and PNG Defence Forces, we don't actually have a defence treaty with this close neighbour of ours. The kind of assurances that the US gives to Australia, for example, we have not given to PNG.